That's something I'm always teaching our guys to do. Have at least two, because if you only have one female friend, it looks like you're dating her. So 2 up to, I would say 6 is how I like to manage. I would like 6 women at a time. And a question I always get from these guys, and maybe I take it for granted, I don't have a specific detailed map on this, is, well, how do you make these women your actual friends you hang out with consistently? So that's my question for you guys. So top story, I have a herniated disc, and we got to discuss this in depth. Yeah. It's just chronic pain.
He literally goes, you could take an MRI. Literally what I said. Because you could take an MRI of anybody and find something. It's probably not causing your pain.
But it's not good.
Unbelievable. Anyway,
speaking of causing pain, you two now live in the same building 2 doors apart.
Yeah,
is your relationship better? Are you arguing more? It was actually refreshing to walk in today and see an argument between 2 of the 3 of us, and I wasn't involved at all.
Well, we got to work on my inner thigh tan.
Can you stop talking about your thigh tan? No one's looking at your thighs.
The viewers want to know.
To be fair,
how to tan my inner thigh.
It was often.
You don't have enough tan with your outfit that you're wearing. This isn't enough.
It's a nice tan.
You're trying to hide the no tan by wearing all tan. It's an optical illusion. If anything, I'm like, holy shit, I sell white. Like, that's comparative.
I call this outfit Operation Desert Storm.
He's like, hear me out. New business ideas. Half safari, half yoga studio.
It's good.
He's like, I'm going to do yoga while I'm watching Wild Lions.
This is like, look, we got fucking tan Jordans on too.
Oh boy, the tan
Jordans. You're going for a theme.
Yeah.
You and had no theme. Your theme is like back to kindergarten.
My theme is...
You look like a retarded kindergarten.
Don't R word.
All right, you look like a mentally...
Bleep the R word.
You look like a mentally disabled kindergarten kid. You look like one of the kids on the show Recess. Ever see that cartoon show?
Yes, I do see that. I've seen Recess.
You're on Recess right now.
I'm the DEI hire for
you
Recess.
You look like the 80s vomited on my couch and you just brought back all the red color.
I'm just wearing Lululemon, man.
Lululemon.
No, I got to watch him, Jared, change like 6 outfits. So I did my call today.
And this is what he decided on?
This was what he decided on. And he was like...
You guys have zero idea about fashion. You guys are
that
the
is
worst.
Not true.
Yeah, wow. You guys are the worst.
I know my fashion.
The girl Albert's seeing literally goes, Brandon, you need to help him dress.
She didn't say that.
Oh, yeah, she did.
She didn't say that.
She was help him out. He doesn't know what he's doing. He keeps wearing this teal shirt over and over again.
This isn't teal.
What color is it?
It's green.
What color? Your shirt?
It's green.
Yeah, it's teal.
That's great. I go green. Teal's very specific.
Just confirming that neither of you knows anything about fashion, but it's
no. If you ask a random person, they're always be like, "That's obviously teal." It's going to
producer Brett.
They're going to say green.
Thumb up for teal. Thumb down for green.
Green. Yeah, thank you.
He literally just.
Yeah,
he goes. Yes,
speaking of teal green. No, Jared.
So
I watched this guy change 6 outfits,
I didn't
8
put on
pairs
6
of
outfits.
shoes, and he's like listening into my call, and he kept like ducking over. I'm like,
well, yeah,
it was actually distracting me.
Yeah, but. His call was actually interesting today.
All right, tell me about this call. What did you hear? What wise words came out of this poorly challenged man's mouth?
I heard a lot of stuff that like it made sense where like my original like approach anxiety came from, because these guys are all so caught up in like exactly saying the perfect thing in every scenario. And I think that Albert's trying to teach them there's so many words that could work in this situation, as long as you're conveying the correct theme or vibe or like energy, like the exact words don't matter.
I have them print out my success mantras and I have it pinned to their fridge, and on there, number like 15, I think I know by heart. 15 is, it's not what you say,
it's what you convey.
So they should know this. Like,
but I just don't think that they understand that that's like the key to unlocking the approach anxiety.
They're all the keys. All 22 are the keys.
Albert and I were joking today because I literally said, I was like, has so little to do with what you're saying. You could literally just go up to a girl and start doing jumping jacks and point at her and be like, should we do this sometime? And then we actually kind of both turn to each other and we go, it's not a bad gym opener.
It would open.
I honestly, like, every single success mantra beats approach anxiety. You can pick any one. There's 22 of them. Every single one. The first one is get comfortable being uncomfortable. That'll help approach anxiety. Another one is how do you move a mountain one stone at a time? Do a little bit each time. That'll help approach anxiety. It's not about tonight. It's about every other night after. Just stop caring about tonight. That'll. If you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. Self-amuse. That'll help. Like every single thing on this sheet will help approach anxiety if they actually implement it.
It's not even just approach anxiety, because I think Jared. So Brandon's looking at it from his thing, right? Brandon, even when you weren't that skilled or knew that much, had pretty good charisma in game. Approach anxiety was always your big fear point.
The big sticking point.
But for these guys, a lot of them, Jared, maybe they can open, but they can't build sexual attraction, or they can't build connection, or they can't
That's fine. That's later.
A second date, right? So what we were talking about today was, I had one guy ask me, he's like, man, I can't get my point across. I can't communicate. And then like we did this exercise where he tried to basically secure a date, like let's plan the date. And then when he tried to plan the date, he's like this. He's like, I think we should do this, that, the other. Yeah. And then he's explaining his problem to me. And he goes, dude, the thing is that when I talk to them, they're not like listening. And then I'm like, well, why is it not working? I'm like, well, what you did the second time is how you should be communicating, right? Which is, it's not just what you're verbally saying. It's like, what's your eye contact saying? What's your body language saying? What are your hand gestures saying?
A lot of them do the like half in, half out, so that if they get rejected, they were only half in.
Yeah, it's like whenever they're in their head, they're stiff as a board, they're nervous, and they're just talking nervous words. And then when they're actually communicating, it's like their entire body is involved in the conversation. My
question is, why are they talking if the woman's not listening?
That's a good point.
That's just an awareness issue. Why are these guys talking, trying to make plans with a girl who's in La La Land? You go like, woo, woo. Got to get their attention right back.
That's a good point.
They just they're so caught up on every detail. I was listening to his call again, and this guy was trying to like describe the venue he wanted to take the hypothetical girl in such detail that it felt like an ad for the venue. And I'm like, it's so you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I stopped him. Remember?
Yeah. A couple of them did it though. He was like, we're gonna go to this place, and they have these games. The games are about this size, and it's about this tall, and it'll cost this much to play. It should take about this much amount of time. And I'm like, literally none of these things matter. You can literally like leave all of it out and be like, you and I are going to do something sometime, and it's going to be fun and chill. Like, let's exchange numbers.
I actually literally stopped him there, Jared, because this is something I struggled with. And I'm an extreme logical thinker. I actually don't really like or get along very well with very emotional people. I just don't relate with them.
And which is a lot of women.
Yeah. What this guy was doing was he was taking an emotional moment in an interaction with a girl and making it hyper logical. He was just like, they have the games are like this, the thing is that. As opposed to creating a vibe and a feel, he was doing, and I used to struggle with this a lot until I learned to relax and not be hyper logical and not be hyper fact based. You know what I'm saying?
Here's my solution for that, and I'm going to ask you this question on top of it, is have women best friends, have female friends, because what helped me the most with it, like I don't know if I was overly logical, but I was overly like by the book. So 2006 to 2009,
step by step,
everything was like not. I had a 10-hour routine stack.
Jesus.
I had a 10-hour routine. Every word was scripted. I had flow charts. If she says that, then do this. If that,
it's incredible you broke out of that. That'd be so tough.
What helped me to break out of it was in 2009, I realized, wait a minute, this is nerdy as shit, and I can have female friends, and I can walk into a club or whatever with all these girls. So what I started doing was, let me get away from this like boop, boop, beep, lever, pull, whatever, which helped me to a point. I will say, like, at least it got me like, you know, reading them and saying my lines and getting laughs on command or whatever. But in 2009, the big mental switch was, and you were there for when we took the girls to the Delano that first time, and we're like, let's create an entourage. Let's do an entourage game and get women out. And then hanging out with just women, just hanging out as friends, that got me to be like, oh, they're more emotional, not logical. They're very like, you know, I got to understand their mind. So that's something I'm always teaching our guys to do. Have at least two, because if you only have one female friend, it looks like you're dating her. So 2 up to, I would say 6 is how I like to manage, like 6 women at a time. And a question I always get from these guys, and maybe I take it for granted, I don't have a specific, like, you know, detailed map on this, is, well, how do you make these women your actual friends you hang out with consistently? So that's my question for you guys. Building female friends.
Like, again, are we talking social friends or are we talking like friends?
Friends that you can hang out with in a non-party atmosphere. They're grabbing lunch. You're chilling at their house. You're going out with them, sure, to whatever, but you're being around them enough. Like we had, you know, Anna, Maria, Denise. Like we had women that were around us a lot. It was like, okay, we started realizing who these girls are. I had Christina. I had my Monica. I had like different girls back then. What?
This is Friend League, not Freak League. It's different, Jared. How to make friends, to me, I think the most effective way in 2024 is being part of or hosting really good container events.
Right.
Which is like, you know, something Brent and I were talking about recently that I want to do is bring back, we're doing like beach volleyball games. things that are interactive, that in large group settings where they can kind of see. It's weird to me to invite a girl out as a friend one-on-one or even two-on-one.
No, I agree.
But I think that if you ingrain them into a social circle, and if you don't have your own, maybe you get invited into a social circle that's established and then use that to then piggyback on that to build your friend group.
What I was going to say something similar. So I was going to say attend some of your most like niched down interests, like in event form. So if like you're into Dungeons and Dragons, or you're into beach volleyball, or you're into shooting pool, or you're into comic books or whatever, and you go to Comic-Con, like true friendship is built over like commonalities and like trust that people are being genuine. And when you can speak on the things that you're like really into and like build that connection, then the girl's like, okay, he's not like bullshitting. Like he knows this like anime from 5 years ago that whatever, or he attended the US Open of beach volleyball, or I don't know what the fuck they do for beach volleyball.
For the record, I've never tried to create a social circle of girls who anime. I mean, that's a new one for me.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
that,
but anime.
but that's how you create friendships. I'm not saying the best way to necessarily create a friendship that's going to be interested in going out, but that's how you're going to create friendships. Especially, it's like when you can bond over a similar interest that isn't sexual.
Now, I like the container event thing because I feel like what they're missing is having someone to invite them to. Because like, I want to make friends with you. We should hang out sometime. It sounds like you're trying to date.
Sounds really weird.
I just think that that's so, you're adding such a huge step that most men are not naturally good at, which is planning and organizing.
So I have a cheat code to this. So I don't like, for starters, for us, sure. For starters, I don't like the idea of planning container events, which is, I know is what we teach, and so shocker. But I came out with this on a coaching call. I'm going to come out publicly now. I think the answer
It's about
should
time
be,
you come out publicly.
we got to come out publicly, right? I think the answer should be find someone who's already doing an event or some already existing group and invade that shit.
That's
It's
literally what I
already
just said, is attend events.
Yeah, well, invade the other but now befriend the guy who throws those events, who's doing this stuff, become buddies with them.
Again, you can attend, you can go to
Then you can create your own adjacent events to that. Like you can kind of like
adjacent, sure, but you can go join a kickball league, a volleyball league. You can go to the beach and join somebody else's volleyball game. I know we're using volleyball a lot because you guys said it, but you can just attend these events.
I like the lazy approach. So like if Albert's like, I'm going to throw these big volleyball games, right? And I'm going to have all these beach.
Just join.
All I got to do is approach every girl and be like, hey, me and my friends are this big volleyball thing. And then if a comment it sucks, it's like, well, I mean, he's the one who throws it. Like it's his event. If it doesn't suck, it's like, great. Now I get to meet more women at the event, and I'm bringing value to it, and I have no pressure to like throw the event.
But again, I think you're overcomplicating it. Just attend the event. There's going to be women there.
And you can meet,
Like for step one. Like step one, we're talking step one.
But that's also, you're limiting it to only the girls that are there versus you have an entire week to go and meet everyone out in the wild and then funnel them.
But if you're going to go by genuine, and I heard you give a similar example to somebody else earlier in the day, or maybe Albert did. He was like, if you want to meet people that are interested in these things, go to those things.
Well, yeah.
If you're just meeting women and be like, you don't happen to be into beach volleyball, do you? Like the odds of her saying yes are low. But if you just go hang out around beach volleyball, attend professional beach volleyball, like you're going to meet women that are interested in that thing because they're there. And that's a much easier way to form a friendship.
I like the idea of, let's face it, dude, society now, there's so much stimulation, Jarrett. There's social media 24/7. Everyone has every movie, every television show, everything. Dating apps. It's just like everything's instant. I think what's going to make a big comeback, at least what I'm seeing here in South Florida, and I don't know about you guys, is weekly recurring things. So like the other day I'm at a restaurant and I saw a run club, and it literally was like
That's like the new big thing now.
There's like 150 people running at once. It's like Anchorman. He's like, it's a new trend. I think they call it yogging, but it's just like Tuesday nights are run club, or like Wednesday nights are kickball leagues, or like, we're going to start Sunday volleyball back up again. Yep. I think like getting people to, and I do poker games, right? Getting people to build a weekly recurring thing into their schedule where every week we're doing it. There's not a fake excuse of like, I don't know, like I have a herniated disc, or, people just literally there's no excuses. They show up to a weekend. I have a fake cold from Nashville. There's no fake excuses, right? I gotta call. There's never any excuses. Right. You just always show up, and I think that's what people are missing, Brandon. I know
you have a funeral to go to. You show up in the suit.
Show up in all black.
Come in the suit, running out. I will say the Runners Club is like the new.
That's the new big
hot. One. That's the new big thing now. Everybody's throwing Run Club.
Run Club, pickleball.
You see it every pickleball.
Dude, there's 150, maybe 200 people. I couldn't believe it. I thought Run Club would be like 15 people. I'm like, good for them. It was so many. There's fast ones, slow ones. One guy was smoking in the middle. I'm like, these people are nuts.
It's crazy popular now. And
sounds so dumb.
The chances are finding more fit women there because it's not going to attract like the wrong girls. Shirt.
So I saw literally a guy. So I'm sitting in a restaurant with like one of my buddies, and like it's like watching the whole Run Club. And I swear, I'm like the whole time I'm like, oh, it's a great idea. But that's my first thought. I'm like, how do you really like use it for cold approach or pickup? You're gonna talk to the girl at the beginning of the race, the end of the race.
Right.
I literally saw one guy who was just running, and the whole time he's like, "Oh, you like dogs?" Like he was literally running next to a girl and just basically on a running date. Like they were just jogging together, having a continuous conversation, just the two of them. They're the only two people, and I'm like, that must be literally my nightmare.
That's good motivation for that girl if she's not into the interaction to really push herself running.
Yeah, she's like, give me a second, I gotta sprint.
Yeah, I'm really feeling it right now.
It's like, I was like, this guy's dedication. He's like, we're having this date whether you like it or not.
It's really hard not to chase in that environment.
Yeah, it's a constant moving set. It's honestly my biggest nightmare. It's a set that never stops moving.
I feel like they got to stop or something for I don't know. I've never cracked the running club.
I've never done running.
That's definitely not my environment.
Even now, he has to call it running club. It's clearly Run Club, but
the Runners Club.
It's just Run Club.
It's Club Run.
Club Run.
He always adds or subtracts like a plural or a singular to it.
All right, you can join any run clubbing event in your
He's gonna
area.
be like, have you guys ever played pickles ball? The game pickles ball. He goes, you gotta get the ball back to pickle.
I know we've been accused of having inside jokes that like aren't publicly funny on this show. That's definitely one of them.
Yeah.
We're laughing and nobody else is laughing.
Pickles ball.
Pickles ball.
No, there's definitely
it's past tense. It's
a couple viewers that are yelling at their computer, being like, "Why is he saying Runners Club? It's clearly Run Club."
But you know what they do
it's
after?
Not Diners Club. That's a whole different thing. Right. That's it. Yeah.
I'm sure the same people that go to Run Club.
There we go.
That's right. Are the same people that go to McDonald's like all the time, right afterwards.
Taco Bell's.
Burger King's.
Oh my gosh.
So let's say you actually date one of these girls.
Yeah.
This was one of the questions I saw one of my guys asking. You're dating these girls. Let's say you're dating her for a month, right?
One of the friends, you're saying?
No, you're actually dating like you're
just dating a human?
You're dating a human. You're dating a girl, okay?
A human.
Let's say she's official. She's your girlfriend.
Who's she an official for?
You. But we can get sound effects. Every time Brandon just says anything.
I want him to have sound effects, so I want him to have like a tambourine over there.
Yeah, he's like ready to bang it.
Or like a triangle. Bing.
So you're dating this girl. It's official. You're 1 month in. She has not posted a single story or post with you in it.
First question. There's been a lead up time, and then we were official, and then a month has gone by since.
You've been on 5 dates over the course of 3 weeks.
And we're not official. Then like nothing's happened.
Okay, you've been dating 4 months.
Okay, now we're talking.
And now you've been official for a month.
Okay.
Very simple. Very simple answer. Yeah. Oh, actually, I'll give you 2 parts, but the first part's really simple. It's relative.
It started simple. Am I crazy? It got crazy complex out of nowhere.
It's a 6-part simple program.
It's super simple.
It's just a micro escalation, simple.
So the first part,
podcast for
the first part is a barometer, because Jared asked for barometer, right? Is it a good sign, bad sign? So the barometer is if she's a 8 post a day girl and you're not posted, you're in trouble. If she's a post every 8 weeks girl and you're not posted, you're in the clear.
What if she's a 2 post a month girl? I think that's average.
You're still fine.
You're still totally fine.
Totally fine.
You're chilling.
And now the second part is, this is where I might put my own opinion on it. I've evolved my opinion on this, Jared. I used to think it was mandatory for a girl or a person to like post who they're dating. The girl that I'm dating now, her like younger sister, who's like a big, she's a complete Gen Z, was like, you guys shouldn't even post yet. It's like posting has come like full circle where it's like things go in style and out of style. It's like posting it is now like out of style. It's almost becoming like we're in a relationship in Facebook where like no one does that anymore. Like in a relationship, it's like that's what posting is now turned into. My understanding.
But if you're doing cool stuff together and you notice like we did this cool thing. We took a trip or we did something cool, and she didn't post. She posted something about the trip, but it was only her and not the pictures of me and
That's
her.
a very bad sign.
I
That's
still
a
think
warning
after
sign,
1
yeah.
month, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, 1 month is early. That's a good point.
I think if you're in the like 3 to 4 month range of being official, and it hasn't happened, and again, depends on the frequency of posting, but like I don't think that it's a big deal after 1 month at all.
Also, here's another factor. If you're really cute, wait, I screwed this up.
All right, this already applies to me.
Yeah, if you're really ugly and she didn't post you, like
Doesn't apply
maybe
to
she's a little, she doesn't feel as confident. But if you're good looking and she has to post you, you're in trouble.
Also, like when you're saying posting, like an actual post, right? Not like a story or something.
No,
Either
both
one,
those count.
story, post.
Both those count.
No, I think that they're completely different
Posts
things.
are way more meaningful.
Posts
Like
are more meaningful.
it's a plaster
Right.
on the wall.
Posts
forever.
remain more meaningful, but it should also take way less time to get a story up. Like a story can even come like pre being official.
Yeah, stories like third base, and then like a post is like going all the way.
Right. Nice.
Okay.
Are you proud of yourself?
Yeah,
He goes, hee.
You're like,
little
I
bit.
found a baseball reference. This is awesome.
a little bit. Yeah, it's about time.
There you go.
Jared's posting. I think Jared would be posting halfway through the appetizers.
No. He's actually not bad about that.
I do one
he
post
does,
a month now.
He does the stories. He used to do the stories early with non-official girls, but he never posted non-official girls.
No.
Never post.
But he would do stories.
Yeah, you're right.
He's a story
And
champion.
I would roll my eyes at it.
And now my posts are about once a month, I want to say. I think for a guy, that's appropriate amount of Instagram posting. Once a month, make it good,
What about
make it
your
meaningful.
stories?
Stories, you should do 1 or 2 a day. If you can do it, if you have cool, interesting things, 1 or 2 a day, or 3 every other day, or something.
One or two a day seems insane.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
I like a nice like I think
Because you guys are this mysterious game. Like women, you want to know why I like stories? 2 reasons. One is a marketing rule, mere exposure effect. You keep pinging the girl that you exist. You're showing her you're doing hopefully interesting stuff. You're staying on her mind. When you're 0,
you're also showing you're always on your fucking phone.
no, they don't think of it like that. They just no one's analyzing it that deep like you fucking guys. Like they're not like Sherlock Holmesing this shit. They're looking and going, oh yeah, that's him. He's doing something. Oh yeah, I'm reminded of this guy. He's doing something. They're getting insight into lifestyle. Every story should build your attraction and ping them. It is marketing.
I think 3 posts 1 to twice a week. 3 stories 1 to twice a week.
Wait,
That's
what?
the magic.
I would do
That's the
3
magic.
stories. every
3
other day.
stories once to twice a week?
So when you have a day that you post, you
you're saying
want 3 stories.
okay.
This is a very important thing. You want 3 stories. 4 is the max. 1 or 2 is too few. Do you know why?
I would say 3 or 4 a week, but go on.
So 3 stories is good because a lot of people, they use this for information mining. So you can see who saw your stories.
He goes, a lot of people, meaning me.
No, I really
You can see who's checking you out.
right.
You can,
So if you do 1 story, it could just be anybody. 2, that means that they went through 2. 3, they intentionally went to 3
Correct.
stories to see what you're doing. Now, if you pass
They're
the
hooked.
4 story threshold, you might have a problem. So if you're out there, do not post 5 stories or more in one day.
These guys are posting like 4, 5, 6 stories a day and they have a problem. Like, where can they like check out a meeting or something like that?
We can have a meeting, post your 6th story, and put help on it
PSA,
because-
post stories anonymous.
Yes, 5. You should never, as a man, be posting 5 stories or more in a single day. That's just a big thing.
What about if you go to a concert and you want to post every song?
That's a
I feel
big,
like that's a nice.
big problem too.
That's a nice one.
So I like 3 stories.
Or it's a long song,
once
too.
or twice a week is my favorite.
I would amp it to 3 or 4, but we're close. We're
3 or 4
above
days.
it. 3 or 4 days of the week. Every
that's
other
a-
day.
that's a lot.
I would go every other day.
That's a lot.
Again, your exposure effect. Also, the more
That would
you
really
post,
expose how many bagels I'm eating. Like,
I think
more-
honestly,
bagel.
2 days a week is
Bagel.
probably the
all right,
number.
we'll meet at 3.
This is like swingers.
The- the-
6 days.
The
days.
more you also post, the more chance a girl can comment on it, say something, gives them a chance to approach you or talk to you on it. So it's just
Yeah, not sure that I brought this up, but if I haven't, or if there's a new episode for you, this is one of my absolute favorites. Is Brent talked about like another item in the room. For me, this is it. If you're a guy and you're seeing a girl post a thirst trappy story or photo, my number 1 to go to is nerd. Absolutely love that. So if a girl posts a hot picture
Interesting.
in a bathing suit, I'll never comment on, oh my God, you look hot, or fire emoji, or whatever. The number 1 thing to comment is just say nerd.
my
It
favorite
It
is
gets a super
Yeah,
high
I have
response
Brandon
ratio, and it enters as playful back and
I'm gonna
forth.
play with that one, but I like yours.
what, candid question mark?
No, you had why do I all of a sudden feel trapped and thirsty?
Oh yeah, that one was good.
That's
was-
hyper literal.
Yeah, that was
What
good.
if there's a Cheetos wrapper in the background. Is that a Cheetos wrapper in the background?
Yeah, comment on the background item or whatever. Like there's a cup.
yeah, okay.
I was so confused. I was like, what
Yeah.
are we doing?
So he
Albert
talks,
used to do your rooms really messy when he used to get those kind of photos.
yeah, I do that. But I just like nerd because it's you're playing on the exact opposite.
Let's test
when they
it.
post a
Testing it
when
right
they
now.
post a thirst trap, they're looking for validation. And when you go nerd, it's almost like what we were taught. Jared and I were taught 15 years ago, which was literally
So this got a nerd?
that's a complete nerd. Yeah,
That's a
So
nerd?
You can't
All right.
comment on story though; it's uncommentable.
I'm commenting right now.
Oh, you can? Okay, yeah, nerd's great. You're literally you're negging. So when a girl's asking for validation through like show offiness, you're just like playfully negging.
I like the I feel trapped and thirsty because you're just calling them out. You're just being like, come on. Like, and then they're always like, yeah, I know. I like it.
Nice.
Fuck off.
Thanks, buddy.
Real
Dynamite
sweet,
dropping.
sweet.
Dynamite dropping,
Good
Brandon.
Jarrett likes it.
Good contribution. All right, next question. We all know status is important with attraction. We know that people are like, you got to have the status. Girls go for status. So I saw something that kind of like blew my mind or like really made me like do a double take. I'm like, whoa, this like challenged my whole belief system on this. And that is all these studies and things that are going on about women are going for guys with status. Most of these are conducted in a nightclub. And that's why do you go to nightclubs? To show off status and go status. But the vast majority of people aren't going to always be in nightclubs. They're just normal out and about ways, right? So is it that women are super bent on status and the cool douchey looking guys? Or is it just women in nightclubs are going for that? And that's the environment that fosters it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Is this a question about the efficacy of polls? Like that's what you're asking?
No, well,
Yeah, he's like, you can't trust the media. Up next, newspapers.
Yeah, let's do a poll on this and see if we can trust polls.
well, all the status flashing. you were saying-
Let's do a poll to see if
for example, Miami girls, all they care, they're gold diggers, all these gold digger stuff.
They're asking in a nightclub.
Yeah, archetypes go for
This-
archetypes, but there are girls dating guys named Chad who are 5'8"
Yeah.
in college football polos and flip flops at barbecues.
Yeah, this isn't a CNN panel show.
Yeah.
This is
I'm
talking
just
heads.
worried
His
we're
status
getting-
is he has the new Weber grill.
I'm just getting where we're getting a micro part of the population. Even when you see these guys
I
interviewing
think you
women,
get a micro chub for statistics is
I
what
have a
happens.
micro chub.
He like loves statistics.
because it teaches us about how everything works in life. Oh my God, it's an awful thing to know on a podcast.
Wrong.
Nah. How statistics are not even true, statistically speaking.
Yeah, 80% of statistics are made up on
made
the
up,
spot.
yes.
There we go.
So, but even when you see these guys interviewing women on the street, I've been guilty of this too. It's usually women who've been drinking, they're all partying.
You know what I hate now? Dude,
Attractive women.
Let me ask you, have you seen this? After this fucking stupid, and I think she's funny, but I think that what happened is insane. The Hawk Tua girl got so big. Everyone's trying to replicate that now. It's literally, they're like trying to find the drunkest girl and be like, let's one up this Hawk Tua thing now. Like I hate, and Jared's, we're on the opposite sides of this because he likes to replicate what's popular.
I like
And
to replicate success.
I'm an innovate guy. I'm more of a let's be creative. But I hate that these people are now trying to they're like, let's find the next hot Tua girl. And it's just like, kill me.
Albert's big on innovation.
Yeah, super.
He's like the assembly line. I created that.
No, I like original thoughts.
He's
man.
like, next time you use a vending machine, you're welcome.
Fucking hate formulaic shit, man. I don't know. I agree. Okay, not to shit on his question. I agree with what Jared's saying. Obviously the poll's going to be skewed if you're asking if status is important in a nightclub. Just like the poll will be skewed if you're like, if you do it at the gym, be like, do you guys think it's important to find a fit guy? Of course they're going to say fucking yes.
Exactly.
It's so obvious. It's very
I
simple.
want to see these polls. I want to see people interviewing girls at a farmer's market. Something where it has nothing to
They're
do
going to
with
say that eating organic's important.
Yes. They're like, we love the environment.
It blew my mind. It made me realize, like, yo, these questions and the girls you're talking to, all this shit. Of
course.
It's very
I'll tell you, what's funny? We should do a full-on. This is actually a good idea.
Our opinions are based on morons who listen.
Yeah, these previous 3 minutes were dog shit, but this is a good idea. We should do a reverse troll poll at one
troll
of these.
poll?
Yeah, at one of
troll
these venues.
So you want to poll trolls and troll the poll?
No. So go to a farmer's market and ask like really insensitive questions about like the environment and shit. Like, do you feel like fracking is underrated? Do you feel like we should really be like interview people that really feel strongly about
And what
one
will
thing?
this do for us?
Presenting the other side.
And what will this do? What are you looking to
One,
accomplish?
self-amusement. Two, find the girls that have a sense of humor that aren't.
No
that,
way
that
he
don't
gets
think-
up early enough to go to a farmer's market, by the
Oh,
way.
it's in the morning? I'm out. Okay. No, but it's like go to a venue that has people that are clearly on one side and represent the other side in like a comedic manner.
I'm sure they do it in political stuff. I've seen like liberal people go to like Trump rallies and like clown them.
Dude, I've heard about that. Joe Rogan talked about it. He goes, they have the, I forget the term for it, but they do it to like fuck up the other side. Like they're extreme, which is a genius strategy.
They'll act like they're on their side, but they'll over exaggerate it where they're like, wait a minute, this guy's not
hairier
right.
than you in a dress, being like pregnant trans matter to like undercut the sincerity of the topic. It's actually kind of genius.
Or like they'll go to a abortion thing.
Yes.
Like the boy would be like, yeah, we hate women. Women suck. And they're like, what? That's not what we're saying. Like, no, I'm with you. I'm with you. Women should not have rights.
It's like what? Yeah.
They'll go like extreme, just like
that.
troll that side.
That's good shit. Oh man.
Albert's such an innovator.
I like different things, man.
All right, innovate. All right, here's another solution. There's a crisis going on. Let's come up with an innovative
When
solution.
did this become an interview show? He goes question. Goes
I have
next
questions.
one. Should we get cue cards? What's happening?
Yes.
Oh, hold on. That one says applause.
I want to talk about Japan for a second. Innovative solution to this.
Japan? Are we on
Japan
C-SPAN?
is having a drastic population crisis.
Okay.
Now, I have my theories on why this is, but they're literally trying to ship in foreign people to come in to like impregnate their women. They're like literally like, we need more
Brandon's
babies.
like, tell me more about this.
I gotta pick up my phone more often.
It's the opposite of China problem. They're like they not have enough babies. What's the innovative solution? What are they doing wrong in Japan?
Wow, that's a great question. My uncle played.
See, now he likes your questions.
My uncle played professional baseball in Japan, and my understanding was in the '80s they had a very opposite problem with women hooking up with men.
Flows. When your uncle was there, they were doing well.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, was that just a professional baseball player thing, or?
No, he said that they had a great time in Japan, and people got after it all the time. I don't know. What's the solution to impregnate more Japanese women? More Jewish men, I think. It's probably. By the way, Jared, that's my second favorite interracial couple. Did you know that?
Jewish man, Asian woman?
Jewish guy and Asian woman. It's my second.
Japanese.
No, any Asian girl. So, or just really to use a broader
Asian.
nerdy white guy and
Jewish.
Asian gal. That's the second best interracial couple.
Yeah. It's always going to be the woman that's Asian, sadly. Like every time you see somebody who's like half Asian, half Caucasian, it's like, so your mom was Asian. Okay.
Right. That's the second best. Do you know what the number one best?
Liberal redhead with a Republican.
No.
Oh,
Number one interracial couple best to see is
I know what he's gonna
Heavy-
say, and I'm waiting to see how he describes it.
heavy set white woman
Yep.
and African American male.
Yep.
That's the number one interracial couple.
They love them.
Those two are a perfect
They
match
love 'em.
because she can eat whatever she wants. The bigger she gets, the happier he is. And he has a white girl who's also thick. It's like literally the best of both worlds.
It doesn't matter how big she is. It's like a matter of pride, I guess. I don't know. How
It's like it's a really, honestly, it's inspiring.
All right. So to solve the Japanese problem, more
Episode's
Jews.
great.
Yeah. More dorky white dudes.
Jews are also having a population
Dude,
crisis,
dorky
so
white
it's-
dudes love.
Honestly, we should team up.
Yeah.
Me and you, or us and the
the
Japanese?
Jews. We should have a Jewish-Japanese council and be like,
He had a
guys,
great point about this. And
if they all convert, we will populate the shit out of
he had a
them.
great point about this. He goes, think about it. We both love fish-based
Yes.
cuisine. You both don't celebrate Christmas. You're just like,
No Christmas. We're all nerdy.
yeah, you're all both kind of cheap. Sorry.
Wow. Cancel. Guys, if you want
cancel.
Albert to be canceled, please leave a comment.
Yeah, fucking innovating cancellation.
Financially
Yeah, you're
frugal. You're a little
innovating-
financially frugal.
The Jew 2 movement. That's what
Yeah,
you're
that's good. That's good. Yeah. Please, no more questions.
Have more questions. If you
I
want.
have a question. I have
He goes,
a,
please, no more questions. I have a question.
No, I have something I want to bring up.
I have a statement in the form
Because
of a
this
question.
is not a fact-based question. This isn't a question about recent polls and film statistics. This is like a fucking news program. There's a situation that this is a human question, not a fucking poll. Brent went on a date with a girl. Yes, he did it. And
Yay.
This is a hypothetical.
he went, no, this is real. He went on a date with a girl. Our
Brenty.
producer here. Not a first, maybe a second date. Good stuff. Ball's moving in the right direction.
You didn't wear this, did you?
Now, there's two things that
can't
happen
see
here,
what you're
Jarrett and Brandon. Grade these two things. The second one's bad, but the first one's interesting. The first one
Second one is bad.
when
And we're not allowed to ask questions.
Okay.
the first one is when he went to pay the bill, she like aggressively tried to pay. She's like, "No, I insist. I want to pay. I want to pay." Is that a good or bad thing when the girl insists? Where do you guys stand on that?
Insists bad, offers good.
That
Okay.
one.
No, because we had a female friend.
And the
that's-
more aggressively she offers, the worse it is.
Yeah.
Well, we
It's
had
bad.
a female friend who said that's indicative of the girl is trying to friend zone the guy. Do you think that's true?
It
It can be. In a vacuum, it's not, but it can be a signal.
I will say
Don't you
if
think
she
she's trying to prove her worth or whatever?
If she refuses to let him pay, that is friend zoning.
Right.
If he refuses to
If
let
she
her.
refuses,
Right. That means there's no prayer.
she's like, please do not pay for anything.
If she says
Nothing will
something
be
like,
reciprocated.
Oh, she does not let him pay
Yeah.
off?
Right.
If she's like, I'd feel much more comfortable if we split it at least
Yeah,
or something.
nothing
like,
is going to be reciprocated. Do not get the
Right.
wrong idea. Like that's very bad.
then you should get.
Well, Brent, did you end up paying? Did she allow you to pay at the end?
She was
Microphone? The microphone do you have? Yeah.
She put the card down to split the check. She was going to, 50-50 on it. And I said, no, I got it.
Okay.
And gave her the card back.
And she accepted it.
Correct.
Okay, I think that's
Did she go?
That doesn't sound aggressive. Did she say I insist?
No.
Yes, that's
Okay.
not aggressive.
That's not bad.
That's not a sign in a vacuum of anything.
But she threw the car down. Usually they'll be like, "Do you want me to pay? Can I pay?"
Yeah.
They'll ask like cutesy. They're not like, "Boom, card. I don't want this."
Okay. Let's dig deeper.
You should also be catching it before she gets the card out.
No, I kind of like to see like
You
what,
like to see the plastic?
I like to see the presentation.
You want to know what points she has?
I want to see if they go full gator arm, if
Gator.
they
I love the
slam
gator.
it.
I love the.
I like this move when they
like
do
the-
the back and forth. They do the 1 foot in, 1 foot out. The Marla Hooch in and out of the batter's
I don't think
box.
you should let them get the card out. Usually mine was like, they're like, "All right, let me dig in my purse. Like, do you want me to get?" I'm like, "No, it's fine."
The digging. The
digging.
That's what I'm
is a nice
saying.
move.
You
Yeah, the
shouldn't,
digging.
I feel like at the dig, you should be
The
like,
digging is a
Yeah,
nice
you
move.
stop it at the dig. You're an animal.
For whatever
Let him
reason-
take the card out. You're like playing all the
for
way to the
whatever
end.
reason, whenever I got this, I always close my eyes. I go, I don't know why.
Yeah, you turn Japanese.
Yeah, I go
Who is?
You bow. You don't know.
It would be against my honor.
All right. Well, I'll tell you this. Let's dig a little deeper on this date here because we have there's a more interesting
Dig.
There's an interesting development. Jarrett, did you hear that Brent, our boy, went for the kiss and got the hand in the face?
You got more than hand if you got smushed.
The smush.
Full smush.
He got the full on Dikembe Mutombo.
That I believe is
no,
friend
no,
zone.
no, no.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Wait,
I think he's still
no,
got
no.
a shot.
Allow me to play devil's advocate. I don't think that's it. I don't think that's a deal breaker.
She's just playing handsy.
No, I think that maybe there was something about the situation that wasn't navigated correctly because my understanding is this was a second date, right? And there's a first date already gone kind of well.
Chime in.
The first date, she said, I have a lot of red flags.
Well, that's just being perceptive.
She said, you had red flags?
Correct.
Yeah, so off to a great start.
So wait, Brent, let's
I love that his red flags, by the way. We turn him to every girl looks at him as like he's a giant player now. And he's like the friendliest, nice, like
Did she
Are
give
you
you
sure they're not
information
just
on these
referring
red
to the
flags?
Canadian flag?
he's looking they're looking at me like he's some giant player. Like you gotta tone it down now. He went from puppy dog to player.
Are you playing baller game?
This is by the way, this is screw your fucking CNN polls. That's a great question. If a girl tells you have red flags, do you ask what they are, Jarrett? Or do you treat it like a shit test and plow
I
through?
accept it. I'll just take the red flag.
No. She doesn't tell you what they are. She says, you have a lot of red flags.
I would tell her she's very perceptive.
Okay, but I'm saying,
Yeah, I would
would you
make her
inquire?
joke.
Would you inquire what they are? Try to get the information.
Maybe, but
That's
I
a
wouldn't
really
push
tough
it.
spot, actually.
Because you don't want to seem insecure. Like I care what these red flags
So-
are.
so-
Like,
I don't
So,
know if I could.
here's
I think that would get me. I think I would want to
would
know
get
what
you?
she thinks about
So
red flags.
here's
are.
the correct answer.
I think by not asking, she's going to feel inclined to be like, "You're very perceptive." Of course, I have red flag. Yeah, I think if I leave it,
You're inducing her to tell you.
she's going to want to tell me
You're
them
inducing
anyways.
it. Yeah, I think that's
I
correct.
want to bait her to want to tell me without me asking.
I think I induce. That's true.
So you do the bait, and if she doesn't come out with it, you just save that for another date down the road.
For sure.
Like, you have to have confidence that you'll get there
gotta
eventually.
back
You get her on a phone call and be like, "So,
Yeah.
what were these red flags,
Right.
by the way?" Like,
Well, you
this is cute.
you sway her, and then you'd be like, "So what were these like supposed red flags that were like so
No,
bad?"
you know what's actually really funny is you call her for the next date and be like, I was thinking about taking you out on Friday, but then I spoke to my red flag number 3 and 5, and they said I'm not sure if I should take you out again. You play it like a fake push pull. It's
Yeah.
kind of funny.
I mean, you can make jokes of it. It's
Yeah,
like
you just sign off every text with a red flag. Like,
Yeah.
there's ways to fucking
like
you just own it.
that's really funny. All right, well, do you think that face mush?
No,
She
we don't
got
ask
the
questions.
Heisman. She got the
Formulate a
Heisman
statement.
tackle.
Yeah, you can't ask questions.
And we can ask questions that aren't
Innovate. Just
statistical.
come up with a way
It's
to
like statistically speaking,
Inno-
86% of Filipinos.
Innovate a way to make that a statement.
I'm like, no. Do you think that situation does it mean it's over for him and this girl?
I don't think that it's over for him based on the previous information, which is they previously kissed. But I also think that was ultimately his downfall because he assumed that he was in there like swimwear. And a lot of these guys don't understand that if you are drinking or in a very party environment and you kiss, that does not give you the right to like kiss on command, and you need to build back up a lot of comfort, sexual tension, all that sort of stuff to like get you back to a sober kiss, so to speak.
Brent seems to agree with that one.
Yeah. I think that Brent's nodding along. He made some assumptions. Maybe he played baller game and was just like, yeah, mama, like, let's go back, whatever. Like, I don't know what you were fucking doing, but you got to like play it like a normal date. It's date number 2. Unless you like were holding hands and like soberly kissing on the first date or whatever, you got some work to do. Date number 2.
For a kiss without any sexual tension. He's like, this should work.
I don't see that. That's the part that got me. Jared.
He's like tying his shoe, and then he's like,
to me, I'm never just like kiss time. It's just it's just like the moment.
That's what they went through and said. It's like, well, it's the end of the date. Let's go for a kiss.
I always go, oh, and then
like to me, maybe, and again, this is maybe like we're putting our own partial lens on this, but it's just.
It's an innovative lens.
The kiss is just something you build towards. It's a gradual momentum build.
He did it wrong. None of us teach you at the end of the date. You do it in the middle. He says he knows.
How did you? Here's. I want to go back to the beginning. So, I need you to microphone at the ready. When you kissed her, was that the end of the evening the first time?
Yeah, she was coming back up to my apartment to grab her. I think her purse or something.
Right. So the kiss is where we like left off the previous date.
Correct.
And then when you greeted her this time for date number 2, how did you greet her? Did you go hug, kiss on the cheek? Like, did you get any vibes from that?
It was hug, kiss on, hug. What do you call it? Air kiss.
Wait, what?
An air kiss?
What's an air kiss?
So you're gonna want to aim your kisses somewhere. So
what's an air kiss?
Mwah, you got it.
It's a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah.
Sure, kiss on the cheek.
I'm not saying you like planted on her cheek, but you did a Miami kiss on the cheek.
Miami kiss on the cheek.
Okay, so that's
you ever sit across from her and go, mwah. Air kisser?
I love that move, by the way, Jared. If a girl ever blows your kiss, you catch it and then put it on yourself.
How often are girls blowing your kisses?
A lot.
I get a lot of kiss blows. Another one too is the heart. You know the heart move.
The heart?
This is a good one, guys, for like cold approach and stuff.
I got a heart move for a bartender, but you go first. I got a move too.
Is it like this thing?
If I'm at the bar, we did this in Nashville, and it's so good. Everybody's trying to make eye contact or waving, whatever.
You do the heart thing.
I just do that to her. I'll do this.
Yes.
I'll just stand there, sit there like that, and she sees me and she'll laugh and go, what up?
Yes, it's a version of that. But that's not only just for bartender, just for anybody you're vibing with. It could be a group you've already opened.
You're going to try to do that to the girl?
Yeah, you give them the half of the heart.
And then she goes.
Then you go. But you can do it from far away too. So it could be like here to there.
See, there I just think you're like, my dick is this big.
No, I'm like.
As a girl far away, I don't know what you're doing. But if you went like that.
I've done this maybe 300 times.
So you just do this weird hook thing and a girl.
No, I'm just like, and they can see it and they're just like heart. I think it's like 88%. You're a big statistic.
I feel like the girl's gonna look at her like, you got his dick is like this big.
This is field tested. You're the statistics guy.
Okay.
This is field tested.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you heart it?
I don't do a lot of hearts or catches or blowing.
None of those things. You don't do a lot of anything.
If you're at the bar and you're just listening, if you can't see it, take your hands and form a heart together and just stay like that while making eye contact with the bartender. She will come to you quicker than the other guys.
You can kind of do this too. You can do this.
Sure, it doesn't matter. Okay, if you use one finger, the whole hand.
No, but I'm saying,
sure. Albert.
You just have to be bartender.
You innovated.
You can do the heart for you, like a girl in a group that you like, whatever, and then start with your regular heart. Then later on, go back to the single. So now she's doing the heart as well.
Do it with her, yeah.
So, but show her this one first, and then cycle back.
Also, rock paper scissors with a bartender for a free drink or pay double.
Yeah, that's
you get 100%
oldie but a goodie.
Yeah, 100% tip. You start doing that. Regardless, you give her big tips, and then she starts giving you free drinks.
Yeah, the better version of that I used to do was tic-tac-toe, right? So you do a tic-tac-toe game for like a free drink or double tip.
Yeah, I mean, it's more commitment. She's busy. She might not be able to
that's why it's more
do
commitment.
a whole game.
Because you do one letter, you're hanging.
Oh, it actually keeps coming back around.
So you put the napkin. I did this 15 years ago for like 5 years. So you put the napkin, you start a tic-tac-toe game with one play, and you go, your turn, and you put it there. So like me and my friends are talking at the bar, and I go, hey, I'm not really paying
We're
attention.
doing this with Destiny next time I go to Moxie's.
And then you leave the pen down. They make a move. They go do their thing. I come back. So it keeps them in a longer exchange. The paper, rock, scissors is like one thing.
Yeah. I'm big on commitment, so I like to play Hangman. 20 letters, unlimited guesses. That's what I like to do.
That's what I like to do.
Yeah.
And the word is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I go countries in Southeast Asia.
I'm so sad. I got so many great questions. They come prepared. I can't even ask them.
You can, buddy.
Ask them.
You
Rapid
can
fire.
All right.
30 seconds.
thank you,
30
Brandon.
seconds each, though.
Can a relationship survive on attraction alone and not having shared interests? If you guys are super attracted,
No.
can you build a shared interest?
Now, this is actually something reasonable we can talk about for a second.
Yeah.
He's like, this is my kind of exam.
Yeah, this is a real question.
About Japanese population, you don't care about a global crisis.
No, I'll take a ninja sword to my stomach on that question. Samurai sword.
Seppuku.
Can a relationship survive on attraction alone?
No. Next question.
Can I give you the
Yeah,
answer?
go. No. Next question.
A lot of them do for a period of time, but long term, those will fail. But a lot of relationships, people do it for. Jared, what do you think? 2 years? Do you think it happened for 2 years?
I think it go pretty long. Well, the shared interests become your social group, I think. So a lot of times they work, they go meet up with each other. It's just a lot of passion. We hang out with the same friends, and it feels like it's a shared interest, but there's nothing actually shared.
I think it's guys, and I hate to say this, or girls that don't have their own interest, and they're looking for someone to latch
Chameleons.
onto, and then like that person's interest become their interests. So they're guys that don't have any real hobbies. They don't have any real passions. They're just like, I'm a guy. What do I like? Girls, I guess.
Whatever she's into. Do you
Whatever
think
she's
guys
into.
change for girls more, or girls change for guys?
Guys change for girls more.
Really? I would think I don't really know, to be fair. I this is one of those rare moments I'm like, I have no idea. But I would guess it would have been the opposite, just because usually women date older men, and older men are more established, have done more, so they have their interest.
Women date older men in South Florida. That's a South Florida lens.
No, that's a globally women prefer older.
Yeah, no, slightly older. I'm saying like here they date men that are 15 years older than them.
That's outrageous. That's too much. That's too much.
But in like most parts of the country, they date a guy that's like a year or two older than them.
Confident men with reasonable game. It's the girls who are
We're
changing
talking
more
about
for them.
average men, average women.
Average men's changing for girls.
For sure.
So what that means, they're doing like the Pilates, or what are they? They're getting
Think
into
about how many male friends you
they're getting into
have.
fashion.
They're just like
Okay.
going to her friends' events.
Between
and
the
stuff like
three
that.
of us here, I personally can just think of 40 male friends that we know that have gotten married or serious relationships. Of those 40, I think 38 or 39 have changed drastically as human beings due to their marriages.
He's not just saying changed interests. He's just saying them changing.
Their habits, their lifestyle.
You get the boyfriend lame effect.
How late at night they start yawning.
They like to
Yeah.
go to Pottery Barn.
Hey, I get it. Like when you get in a relationship, you become a wild tiger to a caged tiger. But
Yes.
it's nice being a caged tiger. You got a normal sleep schedule.
I'm not saying it's bad.
You get food on the regular. Like it's nice. You got to scratch your belly. Like
Yeah, you're in the Amazon. Next thing you know, you're in the zoo.
I mean, have you been to the Amazon compared to a zoo? Zoos are pleasant. Zoos are great.
It's
You're
like people
making-
are constantly throwing me snacks.
Have you seen the show Zootopia? Yeah, they're giving you snacks.
He's
you're
like,
getting
people are
belly-
taking pictures of me.
pictures. You get pictures. You feel like I'm the best fucking tiger in here.
like, this
You're the
is-
only tiger, but like, yeah. No one's
He's
messing
like,
with you.
You're like, this is the best vacation ever until you realize you're in jail.
Yeah,
you're like, I can't leave.
You're going in the wild. You start fucking another tiger, and then another tiger bites you in the back. Like you have no idea what's going to
I'm
happen.
laughing so hard to myself. I'm like, Jared's like, being in a zoo is so good for your brand. If you're a tiger out there in the wilderness, nobody knows who you are. They're not going to buy your courses. he goes, you're the most popular tiger in San Diego Zoo. They're going to find you.
Yeah, they're paying to come see you. It's
He's
awesome.
like, I'm putting out content every day when I'm a tiger.
Yeah, he goes, I play with the ball. Like, oh, wow.
I'm on Instagram all the time.
It's good.
He goes, take a picture here.
Honestly, you laugh, but one of the best things for anyone's business is a stable relationship.
It's true.
It takes off when you're in a stable relationship. Have a
Are
solid.
they in a
behind
stable
you.
or are they in a zoo?
Either way, stable zoos. If you're in a Zootopia relationship, it is one of the best things you could do for your business. It
If you're a
gives
zoo tiger, how many times a day should you be
because
posting?
when you're a single guy, no, seriously, like Alex,
Wait till you get your statistics on tigers in Japan.
Alex
Like, look at
Hermosi
the
has
dirt
talked
out.
about
Think about the
this.
numbers of the
Russell
tigers in
Brunson's
Japan.
talked about this.
It's like 72.
I've heard Ryan Panetta talk about this.
Japanese tigers.
Brad Leah, like some of these like really established coaches and brands have constantly talked about like if you're in a relationship, you do well for your business because it's not even about you, it's about your family.
You get them, tiger.
I don't know as far beyond the relationship. If you have kids or a family, you're going to make more money. You're going to work harder.
Yeah, you gotta earn your
You're going to do
stripes.
better. Well, all right. Well, that's all the time we have for this podcast.
Hey, you want to take a paw?
We're having a big pause here.
You're just clawing up the air here.
This is great, man.
Oh my god.
But I'm curious what you guys think. Leave a comment below.
No need to growl.
Relationships, single, what's going to make you work harder? What's going to be better for your business, career? We'll see you on the next episode.